1069DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Psst, we bought that action.
The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
Did you ever think that you would be in this position right now where your daughter would have some way lose her life?
I didn't want to believe it. All the times I called, sometimes the phone would ring and ring and ring for days. I didn't want to know that she had successfully committed suicide.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out of our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we're staying in our cell. We get fed in our cells. We don't come out our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Yam, yam, pam, 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 jam, jam.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, wow.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Speak up, speak up, speak up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering, awesome. Where's Tory? Like,
tell Tony, all aboard. It's okay to jump on the love train.
I'm not jumping on the love train.
We might got a couple seats left. left.
Listen, he ain't going to be, Jordan Love will not be the starter in 5 years.
Trash. That's a trash.
That's just my take.
Now you're trying to string it out.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Well, I'll need some apologies from the staff of 101.7.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. I think the line's messing up. Hey, Eddie. Oh, I guess something happened with Eddie.
Hush up, boy.
And they have an agenda. And the agenda is a satanic one. I don't know why people don't talk about it. You can't talk.
Oh, Yo, they just empty.
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cups. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm.
Now, live from American Family Insurance Studio at The Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready, we ready. One-on-one, 7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Live from American Family Insurance Studio. And I'm here for the action.
And I'm butt that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How you doing, DJ Brother Z?
It's hump day.
Thank y'all for joining me for another powerful show today. Hey, I it was a lot going on before I came on the show today. I'll say this, the draft, the NFL draft is coming to Green Bay. So, like I said, I'm excited about it. So, like I said, GKB is moving to host the draft. ESPN 94.5 will be live from Green Bay. And like I said, it's going to be powerful. It's going to be powerful. So, once again, thank y'all for tuning in to the show today. I'll tell you this. This is what's going on. I'm telling you, it's all over the place. There was a missing girl out here, Jamari Hodges, that after I left the show, the family came into the 3rd Street Market Hall, came into the studio. We made a plea to the community to help find her, help bring her home. And when we posted the video, it instantly went viral. And thank God that
had over 4,000 shares.
Yeah, 4,000 shares. That's a blessing. And we found her. We got her this morning. So the mom is working with her daughter right now. And I'll tell you this. This is why we have the power of spreading information, working quickly. And this is the thing. This is what I want y'all to know. If we don't do it, it's not going to get done. I understand what I'm saying. And when girls run away, only reason I look for runaway girls, because a lot of y'all be like, y'all got negative stereotypes on these girls or these boys. But running away is not that far from human trafficking. A runaway idea is not too far off from being groomed, from grooming and human trafficking. And many times, how I got involved in human trafficking and finding out about it was from going to look for the girl when she ran away. Grooming. Maybe somebody's grooming them. Maybe it's human trafficking, but I found this out from firsthand knowledge, Truth Nation. So this is why if the mother or the loved one or the guardian don't know where the girl is, no matter how she left the house, especially if she's 13 years old, 12 years old, 14 years old, 15, I'm going right then. I got strategies, and I'm really good at it at this point. I'm the best in the country probably at tracking down, or at least around here. But what I'm saying is I developed those ideas according to what the situation is and what the missing is. All missing ain't the same. And I've been trying to tell folks this for a long time. We are the ones that got to really go do the legwork, because if you go report it to the police, You got to wait a certain amount of time, or you got to go through a certain criteria before it can be critical, or they can look at it as, okay, something that we probably have to get involved in. They may pick and choose which situation they may get involved in to what degree. But when it come to me, if a mother called me, I don't have to go through those qualifications. If you come to me and say, yo, family member is missing, I'm on it. That's all I need to know. I'm going to ask you a few questions now. Trust me, I'm going to do some questioning now to make sure that I understand what level this missing ideal is on. But after that, I know how to do it depending on the strategy, depending on what type of missing it is. But I told the mother, relax. From what I'm hearing, if we operate quickly, we can get her back within 24 hours. I already could measure from what the details of the situation was and the strategy that I was going to use. I already knew that we was going to get her back because it was early. We got it early before any major damage could take place. And this is why I try to tell people, stop waiting for somebody to come do it. Go and do it. Gather your family members. I'll teach you how to organize to do it. But some of these things nobody cares about. Nobody don't care about some of these things that when you talk about running away, when you talk about missing, they you know what they care about, DJ Brother Z? The white van. I ain't been out here 15 years. I ain't seen a white van yet. But that's the commercialized idea. Y'all been watching Taken. You know, y'all been watching too much Hollywood movies. Okay? But in real life, in the hood, in the streets, it's several ways people go missing. The elderly go missing in a different way than the young folks go missing. All I'm saying is I look for it all, I do it all, and all we trying to do is bring them back home. And then if there needs to be resources added, we add the resources to the situation. And this is why I'm going to have to get my own stuff, DJ Brother. See, I'm seeing that I'm going to have to get my own facility to fill the needs. Because many times when I get these people back, then we have to rely on something else to try to help mitigate and resource it. And I'm not getting a high positive outcome from the turnaround from that. I'm getting a few positive ideas, but I may have to get my own, just a facility just for everything I'm doing. Because then I can make sure and kind of oversee the process. Because I think that may be needed. Because just because a family, the way that they went missing, you may not agree with. You may agree with, an elderly person wandering off from maybe a facility. Maybe they were kept at a facility. They wonder, maybe you like that, or you may, look at the Amber Alert. You may look at that and say, okay, I like that. I ain't getting no Amber Alert on the phone. Half of the time, these young girls is running away or whatever that's going on with the human trafficking and the grooming, it don't get an Amber Alert. And grooming is one of the worst things that's going on when it comes to what's happening on the internet. They got these phones. Grooming is real. And grooming don't even have to happen on the internet. Some people being groomed by family members and close people that's, from the church, from the school. Grooming can happen at any time. Some of it ain't online. So no matter what the missing is, all I'm trying to do is get them back. And I got the same energy. I use the same energy. I don't look at one missing situation higher than the other situation. I see it as they need their loved one back to the house by any means necessary. And that's what happened. That's what happened again, once again. And then folks got the nerve to call it and talk out the side of their face to me, but they don't talk out the side of their face to the elected officials that you can't even call them. They ain't gonna even pick up the phone, but you got hot breath for Tory Lowe.
Damn.
You can smell it through the lines. You can smell it through the phone lines.
I smell dookie.
They polluting the airways with the hot breath. They ain't brushed their teeth talking out the side of their face to somebody that will risk their life to go help and find remedies and solutions for others. See, you got you off balance. What they say to what the women say, your pH balance is off. But we gonna keep working. We gonna keep working, Truth Nation. Hey, look, when we come back, we got to go over to Rufus King. It's a situation going on at Rufus King High School where a teacher has been charged with 4 counts, and attorney B. Ivy Lamar is dealing with the situation. We're going to talk about that when we get back. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke.
This is 1017 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and the time is now, Milwaukee. Truth to Power is your platform. And on my show, our community always has a voice. There is no topic that is off limits, and I always give you my authentic opinions on how I feel, because keeping it real is the only way I know how to get down. Listen to Truth to Power with me, Kyle Wallace, every day from noon to 1 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube at 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Truth Nation, let us talk our ish for a moment. There is no other station in the country where you get a front row seat to hear from some of the biggest names in politics, pop culture, and sports. People like Grammy Award winner John Legend.
Knowing that fight isn't over, knowing that we've got to stay motivated and stay inspired. Glory was a song that myself and Common wrote. 2 brothers from the Midwest, from Chicago and from Springfield, Ohio.
Oscar Award winning actor Don Cheadle.
I know that we're the bright, shiny thing that sometimes gets the attention, but I would say don't listen to celebrities. You don't have to listen to us. Listen to yourself.
And President Donald Trump's son, Don Jr.
When did we have a strong economy? And I don't think anyone with a straight face can say right now. And the reality, when you look at it, it's not even voting for my father. Look at the team that's now surrounding him.
Tap into the award-winning and nationally recognized 1017 The Truth by downloading the Truth app and streaming us live at 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Finding stable housing shouldn't be a struggle. The Milwaukee Rental Housing Resource Center connects renters, property owners, and partners to the resources they need, whether it's rental assistance, legal aid, mediation, or tenant education. No matter what your situation is, you do not have to go at it alone. Get assistance today by visiting renthelpmke.org. That is renthelpmke.org, or stop by their office at 728 North James Lovell Street in Milwaukee. At the Milwaukee Rental Housing Resource Center, they are here for all your housing needs.
At U.S. Cellular, we believe loyalty is never a one-way street, so we love finding new ways to say thank you to our customers. This is why we're hosting Us Days again. It's our exclusive in-store event to celebrate you, our loyal customers, with unique offers for everyone. Visit our stores during Us Days until April 23rd to take advantage of offers up to $1,200 off of any smartphone and up to $500 off of any tablet. This is the perfect time to upgrade. Come into any U.S. Cellular store for more details. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
At U.S. Bank, when they say they're in it with you, they mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there, the fine-tuning of goals, the managing of cash and workflows, and decision-making. They're in to help you through all of it, because together they're proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. Visit usbank.com to get started today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, copyright 2024 U.S. Bank.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. We got to stay right here in Milwaukee, Truth Nation. We got to stay right here in Milwaukee, Truth Nation. We got a situation, Truth Nation. Milwaukee Rufus King teacher accused of sexually harassing students. The teacher employed at Rufus King now faces a criminal investigation. Erica Rinke is accused of sexually harassing student athletes. Police say students reported inappropriate conduct going back to the beginning of the school year. And this is not a young teacher. You know what I mean? This teacher got some years in, so how long has this been going on? Miss Freaky Deaky. How long has it been going on? Well, we got a news article, Fox 6 News article, attorney B. Ivy Lamar working on this with some of the families of the students. They say multiple students at Rufus King reported what happened to a school resource officer. If you're watching this rebroadcast live on YouTube, we got video. Let's listen.
Is now criminally charged, but students tell police she's been harassing them for months. Our Abril Preciado live at Rufus King High School with the details investigators have uncovered. Abril?
Mary, police say the victims are student athletes and that eventually opened up to a school resource officer.
We want our children to be safe no matter where they are, especially in school.
Rufus King High School parents say safety is top of mind after learning 40-year-old teacher Erica Alamang-Renke is charged with 4 counts of sexual misconduct by school staff or volunteer.
It's very concerning.
Police say students reported inappropriate conduct going back to the beginning of the school year. They approached the school resource officer with their concerns last week. Police say all the victims were student athletes. They said Alamang-Renke sent them explicit text messages, bought them gifts, tried to pressure them to share their location with her on their phones, offered to perform sexual acts, and touched them on their legs and thighs.
I think that the young boys actually felt a lot of grief along the way and a lot of different emotional distress a bit regarding the conduct of the teacher.
B. Ivory Lamar is representing the families of the students.
The concerns of the appropriateness could have been brought to the administration and/or law enforcement well before now.
We reached out to Milwaukee Public Schools for comments. They sent us a letter that went out to parents.
We got an email that was very limited on what it would tell us. It just let us know that there was a situation in the school with a staff member and other students.
The letter says we can share that the employee is not currently working in our building pending a full investigation.
Hey.
And we'll keep you updated with the latest developments on this story on air.
Erica Reike. Freaky Reike. That's all I'm saying. Doing things with the students, trying to get the location. Send me your location. Young black athletes out there trying to control the Mandingo warrior. All I'm saying is, you know, I talk about this all the time, that thirst. Some of y'all listening to the radio, you know what I mean? Y'all got to keep your head on a swivel now. Y'all got to keep your head on a swivel. It's something about what they trying to do with these young people that's going above and beyond egregious. And you know, you think it's something going on out in these streets. It's right in the schools. It's right in the churches. It's right in these organizations. This stuff is happening. Now, I'll say this. She's just been charged. So a lot of you got to say alleged. You know, this is alleged. But I'm going to tell you right now, these boys, that when they coming forward and talking and telling what happened, and these families are speaking out, y'all got to open up your ears, because how they get in close some of the allegations, she offering money, buying stuff. Some of the teachers in the past, they had them, they was driving them around, Hey, I'm gonna drive you to practice. It was one lady we caught a couple years back, one of the teachers that tried, Miss Freaky Deaky, tried to drive the student to the basketball practice and then tried to hop on them when she parked in the lot. When you parked to drop them off, she parked in the lot and got hot on you. These young kids, I'll tell you this, they know these kids coming from poverty backgrounds where, you throw some money, doing this and that, talking this and that. Predators know. That's why I say I go after the runaways too, because the predators know, okay, I got somebody that's in the impoverished area, disgruntled, and I can come in, groom them, and consume them. Tell them I'm going to take them out to get something to eat. Tell them I'm going to buy them something. Tell them I'm going to get them some money. You just can't tell nobody. It's a secret. We don't say nothing. Or, don't say nothing. No, I can't buy you nothing. Okay. This is what it is. This is what's going down. So I'm going to keep everybody updated. Once B. Ivy Lamar makes his move to, do a press conference or get all the information straight, y'all know how we get down. We're going to have B. Ivy Lamar, attorney B. Ivy Lamar, on the show to give us a bigger picture, a better picture of what's really happening then. And like I said, if we don't do it, it ain't going to get done. So salute to the team. Salute to the team that's out here fighting on these front lines. They ain't going to get away with it. They ain't going to get away with it. We out here. It's a new vibration out here. We ain't going to stand for it. Hey, look, when we come back, we're at a Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's party time at Cousins Subs. For a limited time only, Cousins 2-foot party subs are back. Choose from the ham and provolone, Italian special, or turkey. Each party sub is just $39.99. Feeds 5 to 8 people and requires 24-hour notice to order. And now you can complete your party by adding a party chip bag and a dozen chocolate chip cookies for just $4.99. Order today in store, online, or on the app. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Carrie Noni with her truth.
Sometimes the mundane isn't a burden, it's the beauty of living. I came to this conclusion after recently watching the movie Subservience on Netflix. It's a crazy film, y'all. I would suggest you check it out. But it's a story that explores our relationship with technology and how it's programmed to take our burdens away. This movie really got me thinking about how much we're wired to avoid struggle. We create tools and shortcuts to make life easier, whether it's robots, apps, or even outsourcing everyday tasks. But in the process, we risk forgetting the value of the little things we go through every day. Sure, folding laundry or grocery shopping might feel like chores. I literally dread cleaning up. But isn't there something grounding about them? Something that reminds us we're human. Life isn't just about the highlights or the easy parts. It's about the messy, repetitive, and sometimes inconvenient stuff too. Think about it. Who would you be if you didn't have to face the small frustrations that test your patience, or the routines that push you to show up for yourself or the people around you? The mundane moments, the ones we rush to escape, are often the ones that shape us. If life was nothing but convenience, where's the growth? Where's the grit that teaches us resilience? And most importantly, where's the appreciation for the moments that do take our breath away? So maybe the next time you find yourself annoyed by the daily grind and are on the brink of crashing out, you pause, you breathe, and remind yourself that the beauty of life isn't just in the big moments, but in every little thing that makes them possible.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Listen to Jammin' with Juice with Ben Jammin and Carrie Noni weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. The Milwaukee Brewers getting back into the win column on Tuesday night out there in San Francisco, dominating the Giants by a final score of 11-3.
Fly ball, center field, deep, back at the track, gone! Christian Yelich, a grand slam!
With the win, the Brewers improving to 13-11 on their season. Next up is with the win, the Brewers improving to 13-11 on their season. They are set for an 8:45 pitch tonight in San Francisco. Over to the NBA, despite 34 points from Giannis, the Milwaukee Bucks fall to the Indiana Pacers in Game 2 by a final score of 123-115. The Bucks made a late comeback, but just fell short.
When we got to get a stop, we did not get a stop. Over anything else right now, we got to be able to get a stop on a call.
Game 3 is set for Friday in Milwaukee. The Bucks down 2-0 in that series. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
You are listening to the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This speech is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. Here we go. It's tricky to rock around. To rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. It's tricky. 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 It's tricky to rock around. To rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. Tricky. I met this little
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Tory Lowe and DJ Brother Z. Tony Smith out on assignment. But I'll say this. It's a couple things that's going on that I want to discuss on the Pop Culture Report. But I really got to, get into what's going on with Shannon Sharpe, because now there is someone saying, a former person that he was actually in a relationship with, saying that she was sexually assaulted, abused, raped, and all of this. And I'll tell you this, it's getting messy, even to the point where Shannon Sharpe came out and and tried to address the issue. DJ Brother Z, see if we can get that Shannon Sharpe audio up. Shannon Sharpe even had to come out and say, hey, this is what's about to happen, basically claiming his innocence. But once again, we didn't see this rodeo before. And I'll say this, when I'm and the lawyer is janky. The lawyer that's coming against Shannon Sharpe is certified jank. This Busby, he tried to do all the rich black entertainers. He tried to find something on Jay-Z, but he got that guy booted. A lot of his cases get tossed out. But I think this case with Shannon Sharpe, they shooting out ideas where they say that they got him on audio, talking to the girl about choking her and all this. But to me, DJ Brother Z, it sounds like, I'm on Main Street Radio, but it sounds like rough play. I'll say rough play to me a little bit, because she got text messages that they let out of her, saying some strong stuff too. So this ain't like she in here in the game. I guess at this point, when somebody say stop, you got to stop. I don't know. Because she sounded like she was with it. and some of these alleged text messages that have been released from the Shannon Sharpe side, and he's saying that this is blackmail in an attempt to falsely portray him as something that he's not. She's saying that she was assaulted, right? So where are the criminal charges at, DJ Brothers? Okay, all right. In my thought process, if this happened, rape, abuse, you got video, you got audio, where the handcuffs? Where the police at? Why is y'all moving into the civil? Because the civil is not criminal. But I'll say this. People tried to warn Shannon Sharpe, because you know Shannon Sharpe, big in the podcasting world, and he was just finna get a huge podcasting deal. He was just finna get, he was in negotiations for a huge contract, like they said, like $100 million. And now this is out here. And I guess we got some audio that they let out. Let's listen.
Gabby.
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public.
What?
Big black guy chokes small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you do what you did to me.
Okay, well...
Well, what?
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna, like, get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like...
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a bitch to me now, so...
I don't want to be... Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey. Well, that's tough. He said it was edited, though. I can hear some pauses in it. I can hear somewhere it could have been sliced to make it sound like, and then you got a crooked attorney handing it out. So you know he said, let's use this, let's use that, and let's use this. I mean, you could tell that something happened with the conversation because you could hear like separate pauses, but the choking was definitely there. And I guess she did something to him. And so, but this is going out here. She won $50 million. They want $50 million. And Shannon Sharpe came out just yesterday to address these allegations. Let's hear what Uncle Shay Shay got to say.
My family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, And now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
All right. He's saying it's a shakedown. I'll say this. This sounds like a relationship toward the end. Toward the end. You know, when y'all about to break up and y'all keep going back and forth and y'all still trying to hold on that little bit. But it's toxic. This is what this sounds like. And
so we just gonna ignore Monique?
But you're right. So Monique did try to warn them, though. Monique came on the show. You're right, DJ Brothers. Monique tried to warn him. Let's listen what Monique had to say about messing with these young girls.
Let me tell you what my baby need. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon need. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old, get you an old out there that can love you old. You trying to hang out with these young and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. Dang. When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, listen, you want some money to go to Starbucks? Yeah, because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's going to say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's going to get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. So he thought I was going to be scared to say, yes, I'm talking. And I know old gal, she'll be good to you. Her name is Elladora.
Hey, she was trying to warn him. And a lot of these older rich people, people want these young girls, want to relive their youth, but like I said, I mean, she tried to tell him. But we're going to keep everybody up to date on this. Is just coming out. I don't know if he's going to lose his situation with ESPN over this. I haven't heard ESPN respond to this. I think Stephen A. responded to this because Stephen A. brought him over to ESPN after he left Skip. And Skip got a lawsuit. You know what? I want to know how long they going to talk about Shannon Sharp. Because you don't even talk about Skip no more. The lady came out about Skip, and it came and it went. Now we got Shannon Sharp on the front page with something like this. I wonder how long they're going to talk about Shannon Sharp. Because y'all done forgot about Skip. And what about the Abercrombie and Fitch CEO? Y'all don't even talk about him. I think he's still in court. I think that they trying to say he incompetent. They're trying to say he incompetent or something. So here we go. I want to see how long they going to do this. I want to see how long y'all going to put Shannon Sharp on Front Street. Because he got a right to fight it like everybody else. And if he did it, if he did do this, if it's something that he did, he need to go up under the jail to me. They trying to hit him in his pocket. I'm trying to find out where the handcuffs at. Because if you got raped, you got a video. He said he was choking on you. I mean, if you got it all like that, where's the police at? So to me, it sounds like she just they broke up. They was into some wild stuff, DJ Brother Z. And she said enough, and he wanted to keep it going, and they broke up, and she has she kind of, before she left out the door, got some audio. And then, how you making $100 million, you on top, and you letting somebody walk away with the tape? Like, you know it's a tape. He know how long the tape is. She got the tape. He's saying it's 10 minutes. He's saying that the lawyer, Busby, gonna release a 30-second clip of a 10-minute tape. So how you let somebody walk out the door with a 10-minute tape? Hey, I guess it happens. I think a while back, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, somebody came and took one of their tapes. They was trying to tell people somebody had got a hold of a tape. But no, I don't think no. All right, let me say this. The Kardashians that made these sex tapes, they made them famous. They made them famous. Now, if she got a copy of the tape and they using it as evidence, who taped the tape? I mean, if he knew it was 10 minutes, was it a consenting tape? Who filmed it?
Probably Shannon's freaky ass.
That's what I'm saying. And didn't he just get on Instagram Live? Michelle. So he was moving sloppy. It sounded like Uncle Shay was moving sloppy. And it probably from hitting that cognac. I don't know. Bruh. Because he sipped that, he got his own, I think it's cognac. But what I'm saying is, okay, you in this type of space, and you got to be careful.
He should have just listened to Monique.
They should have just listened to Monique. You right, DJ Buzzy. Hey, I don't think he could have, the way he was moving and the way he was talking on that phone, I don't think he was listening to nobody at that point. And some people are aggressive. They like, it's aggressive, aggressive play. I don't know. But if he did do it, if it's true, then whatever. But if she lying, then they need to get her.
Gotta stop messing with them snow bunnies.
Hey, Dr. Umar, I think Dr. Umar chimed in. See what Dr. Umar had to say. DJ Buzz Z. Dr. Umar, he said we got to, he wish Shannon Sharp. He wish Shannon Sharp. But he got to stop bunny hopping. For him to really, from him to really take up for him, he got to promise he gonna stop bunny hopping. But I don't think nothing Dr. Umar could do, because this is in court. This is in litigation. And I'll tell you this, once it get in the courtroom, unless you got lawyers around you, thank God I got attorneys around me. Thank God I got attorneys around me, and I use my attorneys around me to help the community. I use my attorney leverage to help people in need in the community, civil and human rights. Okay. But I don't know. When we come back, I want to talk about the Bucks' loss yesterday too, DJ Brother Z. Bucks in the playoffs, they lost. Down 2 games, coming back to Milwaukee. We're going to talk about that when we get back. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, Truth fam, this is your girl, Melanie Ricks, and I want to remind you to tune into Nothing But the Truth digital show with me, Melanie Ricks, presented by Visit Milwaukee. Every Wednesday at 6 p.m., a new episode drops on the 1017 The Truth YouTube page. And since it is on YouTube, I hold nothing back. I give you all my hot takes on celebrity gossip and give you the tea on relationships that you don't want to miss. Subscribe to 1017 The Truth on YouTube so you never miss Nothing But the Truth digital show, dropping every Wednesday at 6 p.m., presented by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class.
Adrian was seriously injured when a careless driver merged into her lane.
Gruber was there for everything that I needed. Any questions that I had, Gruber
was there. They made me feel like everything about my situation and my accident was very important to them, and that made me feel good. And I would definitely call Gruber again for that.
Serving Wisconsin for over 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They go above and beyond for their clients.
Finding stable housing shouldn't be a struggle. The Milwaukee Rental Housing Resource Center connects renters, property owners, and partners to the resources they need, whether it's rental assistance, legal aid, mediation, or tenant education. No matter what your situation is, you do not have to go at it alone. Get assistance today by visiting renthelpmke.org. That is renthelpmke.org, or stop by their office at 728 North James Lovell Street in Milwaukee. At the Milwaukee Rental Housing Resource Center, they are here for all your housing needs.
Maya is always on the move, and so is her money. Buy this here, deposit that there. She and her money are a lot to keep track of. Good thing Maya banks with Landmark Credit Union and uses their amazing mobile app. Maya checks her balance, deposits checks, pays bills, even transfers money between friends. So while Maya is coming and going, she can see her funds coming, going, and, best of all, growing. Landmark Credit Union. Banking made easy. Insured by NCUA.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years from their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee. Their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Last night took a L, but tonight I bounce back. Wake up every morning, by the night I count stacks. Knew that it was real when I hit it, bounce back. You ain't getting checks. Last night took a L, but tonight I bounce back. Boy, I've been broke as hell, catch the check and bounce back. D-Town LAX, every week I bounce back. Whoa, if you a real one, then you know how to bounce back. Don't know nobody, oh nobody.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. Hey, look, Pop Culture Report brought to you by Tory Lowe and DJ Brother Z. I'll tell you this. The Bucks. We trying to send the energy. Truth Nation been trying to send the positive energy up to Indiana, but man, we probably got to wait till they get back to the crib because they done went down 0-2 versus the Pacers. And I'll tell you this, Dame came back. Dame, he couldn't do much. He just came off a serious, missed over a month with blood clots. So I didn't know how effective he was going to be, but he was able to control the ball and the tempo a little bit. He wasn't a huge scoring factor. But I want to say this about Kuzma, Kyle Kuzma. What is he doing? I don't want to pick on nobody, but what did we bring Kuzma here for? I'm just saying, DJ Brother Z. Kuzma.
I knew nothing about him before he came.
The production. They got Giannis out there fighting for his life in the playoffs. And they was trying to make a comeback, but then they kind of fell short. But once again, man, I mean, I can't even say nothing about Dame's performance because Dame got out there probably a little bit earlier. We thought we could probably handle Indiana a little bit and try to wait. But now it seems like we got to throw Dame in the mix. So he had to go in there and do what he could. But where the role players at, man?
Damn.
Defense lacking in, Kuzma, man, all he had to do was he ain't got 20 points a night in the playoffs. He ain't got, you know what I mean? He can't step it up. He came all the way from, you know what I mean?
12 points is pretty good.
No, not for what, not in the playoffs. Not in the playoffs, man. We need somebody to come in with that 20, with that 25 to go with Giannis, 30-something. Giannis is balling out hard as he can. He needs somebody to come in and balance that out. I ain't seeing it. I ain't seeing it. You need that extra. Somebody, and you got to step it all the way up. Somebody got to take on 25 points.
Bobby had 28.
No, I'm talking about as far as like those young cats. Bobby is an enforcer. Bobby gonna get his 20. Bobby gonna get it. Bobby gonna put in that work. He not the. When you look at the Bucks, you don't look at Bobby as the second scorer. You look at Giannis, Dame. You got some young cats. You got they added Kuzma to the lineup. All I'm saying is, okay, at the end of the day, this is playoff time. We ain't trying to get average points. We trying to go above average. And we need some bench people to come and step up. And I'm going to tell you this, Bobby, he's the enforcer. To me, when I think about Bobby Portis, that's our Draymond, That's our enforcer. Bobby ain't going to let nothing slide. He doing his thing. But when you got, people on the other side contributing, where they all kind of, you got to match the energy, and I don't see the match. That's all I'm saying. I don't see nobody trying to match that energy up in Indiana, and I don't think that they that much better than the Bucks. I don't think Indiana is that much of a better team than the Bucks. I think they play a little bit more better team ball and defense. Somebody in the chat said Drew Holiday was a bad trade. Other than Porter and Portis, I don't know. That's what Sincere saying in the chat. Sincere says Kuzma's trash. They also going to say, is it the Bucks defense that half zone, or is the Pacers that good? They making them look that good. Hopefully we can get a better turnout when we get to the crib. We're going to try to get a better turnout. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we're going to have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Empowerment Small Business Loan Program, we're talking about up to $5 million, which for small business owners, we need that. That's like payroll, that's resources. So can you just let us know, what is the program and why is this lending program so important to Old National Bank?
Years ago, our CEO, Jim Ryan, this program is his brainchild. He was working with Roland Shelton, who you know, Denise, out of Evansville, and they identified that African-American business owners, Hispanic business owners, Native American business owners, as well as women business owners had a difficult time in obtaining financing from the traditional credit partners. And so we went out, created a program, launched it last year, 2023. And so far last year, we have helped over 100 successful minority and women-owned businesses with about $25 million in loans. We've already started this year with almost $8 million in approvals, again, geared toward minority business owners and women business owners that normally had difficulties in obtaining traditional credit finance.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah, Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory, Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory, Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And I want to talk about this because this is unfolding. And we got to go to New York. Attorney General Letitia James has been hit with a shocking allegation by the Trump administration accusing her of mortgage fraud. Now, for those who are keeping track, Attorney General Letitia James is the one that brought the case against Trump in New York and prosecuted Trump. And I'll say this, a lot of people may say, okay, this is revenge. But if you go after somebody for something, you got to make sure your paperwork's straight on the other side. And what happened was there were certain properties in Virginia that James allegedly claimed as her principal residence, and the property in New York she claimed as a 4-unit structure instead of a 5-unit structure, which she said could mean she was able to get a different favorable loan. She did that to get a favorable loan, but if nobody's above the law, like you said, then they at your head because it's looking crazy. It's looking crazy now, and Joe Biden left out of office and didn't give her no pardon. So, hey, they put her up there. She went and tried to do her thing. But now it seems like it's boomeranging back on her. We got some news on this. If you're watching this, we broadcast live on YouTube. Let's listen.
That in order to the benefit not only of Donald Trump, but his family and all of those who worked for the Trump organization, no one is above the law. And basically, we investigate all individuals. And no one is above the law, regardless of who you are, regardless of your power, size, influence, wealth, or station in life. One set of laws. And today, we send a strong and loud message that no one is above the law.
My message is simple. No matter how powerful you are, no matter how much money you think you may have, no one is above the law.
The Angle has obtained shocking allegations leveled by the Trump administration against New York Attorney General Letitia James. The Federal Housing Finance Agency has sent a criminal referral to the DOJ accusing James of mortgage fraud. But this is another thing that they have vowed to crack down on because it costs real money. Your reaction to these allegations?
Well, obviously, the irony is perfectly crushing. This is a person who prosecuted Trump for everything short of ripping a label off a mattress. This seems pretty straightforward. What the administration is saying is this was not her principal residence. In fact, as a New York elected official, she had to say that her principal residence was in New York. This was an out-of-state residence. But also, they claimed that in some of these forms, she she actually states that her father is her husband in order to file as a married couple.
And people do this. You know, this is a huge issue in America. This kind of fraud is a huge issue. That's all I'm saying. And if you're going to go after somebody for this, you can't say you and your father married on some documents. You can't have no documents out there trying to gain leverage on properties and saying that you married to your daddy. Because, it's they own her. And I don't feel sorry for her. She jumped in that pot. It's okay. You jumped, they whatever the agenda was, you jumped in it. And now they own your head because you done did it. You was doing it. Whatever you was claiming, nobody was above the law. You said Trump wasn't above the law. Now you ain't above the law either because you got some weird stuff on your paperwork that you was committing fraud to get a better loan advantage for some of your properties and claiming that some of your primary properties and you wasn't even there. And then you used they say she had a 5-unit. She claimed it as a 4-unit to get a better mortgage loan. And now all that's sitting there and you trying to play with the big dogs, you should have, when you jump in there with the big dogs and you try to get the big dog, you got to be ready. And I know a lot of people posting about this. A lot of people they just trying to shun it off. They trying to play it off, trying to say it's revenge. But she wrote on the paper she was married to her daddy. Is that incest? What is that? No, it was something to where she can gain an advantage. And she committed fraud. It's right there. It's right there. This ain't no and if you do something to somebody and they out for revenge, don't have nothing like that on the paperwork. Lowe says being married to your father is crazy. Rabbit hunting ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun. Letitia. We gonna see how this turn out. I'm gonna try to keep everybody filled in on this. Because I sit back and watch a lot of stuff unfold. I don't even come on the air. I believe if you're talking about Trump all the time or the administration and mainstream media ideas all the time, and that's what I don't do that. I think that people going crazy. They call it a syndrome now that people just can't stop thinking about Donald Trump all day. There's other stuff going on out here. But what I'm saying is, this is probably one of the first situations I done brought up since the election. I mean, I hit it off and on, but now you see the hypocrisy going on, and a lot of people y'all need to have that same energy for this Letitia James that y'all have for Donald J. Trump. She wrote down her daddy was the husband. That's crazy work. And she attorney general. She knew the laws. So if that's the case, then she got to go down. If that's the case, if that's what she doing, I would love to hear somebody try to argue on her behalf. And you can't. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen this much delusion, about America, since when Trump came around. It's a lot of people don't care what Trump doing. This man did over 111 executive orders. Trying to keep his promises that he made, and a lot of people, they are betting, they hoping to see America fail. We got an argument with Canada. Y'all want to go with Canada. We got an argument with China. Y'all want to be on China. What about us right here in America? It's certain news outlets I can't watch no more because it don't matter what goes on. They just rooting against American ideas right now. Well, they agendized. To me, they agendized. They bought it out. They don't care if it's good or bad. If a little boy get to be Secret Service, they don't care. They don't have no humanity about nothing. It ain't nothing that they they just against anything. It could be, it don't matter if it's positive. It don't matter if it's negative. Of course, if it's negative, but it doesn't matter. They just against Trump, against what Trump doing. It don't matter if it's even helping them or not. They don't care. Trump can walk an old lady across the street. Oh, he shouldn't have walked her across the street. Why he had the Secret Service do it? I don't know. I just ain't trying to get involved in that. Somebody say in the chat, Elon Musk is above the law. Hey. What about what's the people that's doing right here in the city of Milwaukee? Y'all ain't got the same energy for folks that's messing up y'all folks up in here in the city of Milwaukee. Y'all talking about all this stuff that's going on, but it's folks right here stealing money, and y'all ain't, that's what I say is the fake outrage. Y'all got real fake outrage to me. It's folks right here really harming your family members, misusing dollars, miseducating the kids. I don't see none of y'all. I'm out here doing all this work in the state of Wisconsin, up and down the state of Wisconsin, and I don't see none of y'all out here. And the local is a mess. The locals is what's harming you more than the federal. And you ain't said nothing. You standing there sniggling and giggling, overlooking that every other day is some type of misuse of funds and fraud, and people the housing. What happened with the housing authority? What's going on with the housing authority? All these elders and veterans y'all say y'all care about, why y'all ain't standing out there for them? NPS is a mess. Why we ain't working to try to get a huge community energy toward these schools and get directly involved to change things around? We got people saying that they prevent violence and fattening their pockets, taking the money, millions of dollars to prevent violence. Millions of dollars. We only got 250,000, according to census, blacks that's in the city of Milwaukee. 250. We get more money coming in the city to help a north side with only 250,000 registered black folks, and we still got potholes. And we still can't tell where the money went. It's fake outrage. It's fake. It's fake. It's bodied out, and it's agendized. It's all talk. It's hot breath. That's all it is. And I'm going to tell you right now. I understand. If y'all going to keep that same energy, keep that same energy. Keep the same energy all the way through. I don't mind y'all being upset with Elon Musk or what y'all feel like Donald Trump is doing, but keep that same energy for something that's affecting you directly, you and your family and the elders in your community and the children in your community through education, through housing, lack of economics. Keep that same energy. I would love for y'all to keep that same energy because I can use it to make things better. I can't even use the energy, the outraged energy that y'all have to try to shape a better future because it's fake. Y'all don't show up to nothing. Okay, we just had a huge story about the elderly in the housing. People asking me, hey, Tory, can you give me an update? Well, I'm not working at City Hall. I don't got the updates. I can only go through what the lawyers is doing, and y'all know how long court take. Y'all know how long anything in court take a while. But y'all got common council members. Y'all ain't even asked them no questions about what's going on with the housing. They get the update. They got the paperwork in their computer. Hey, look, I got another story I want to tap into. When we come back, Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by Gruber Law Offices, Milwaukee Black Talk.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after, an in-depth recap of every Bucks game in 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 provides game recaps for every game. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis.
Puts it on the floor, spins down the lane, and plunges it through.
Or the deep threes from Dame.
Dame time has arrived with 107.
Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Attention small business owners. In-person registration for the City of Milwaukee Vendor Fair scheduled for April 24th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. is now closed. If you missed registration, a recording of the event will be made available online after the vendor fair. For more details, you can visit milwaukee.gov/DOA event. That is milwaukee.gov/DOA event. This event is a gateway to expand your business through workshops, networking, and direct access to knowledgeable city staff regarding contracting and small business enterprise certification. Interested in expanding your small business via government contracting but can't make the event? Email devcord@milwaukee.gov to learn how small business enterprise certification with the City of Milwaukee can take your business to the next level. Sponsored by City of Milwaukee, Department of Administration, City of Milwaukee Purchasing Department, and City of Milwaukee Department of City Development. For more information, you can visit milwaukee.gov/DOA events.
Who's looking for a better deal? Well, Cousin Sub's $10 meal deals just got better. Available online only. Order your 7.5-inch meal deal today and upgrade it with a large fountain beverage, large fry, regular shake, or regular Wisconsin cheese curds. Prices vary by item from $1 to $2 a piece. Make it better and make it your own way. Now that's a better deal. For further details or to order, go to cousinsubs.com or on the mobile app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. Available online at participating locations only. Offer subject to change without notice.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Gear up for a great time as Sports Milwaukee hosts Milwaukee Tailgate Week, presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Set for April 24th to the 26th, Milwaukee Tailgate Week features a variety of gridiron activations for all ages, steeped in Milwaukee's iconic sports history, brews, restaurants, and venues. As the 2025 draft takes center stage in Green Bay, Sports Milwaukee and the Cream City are excited to welcome the football world to Wisconsin. For tickets, go to visitmilwaukee.org/tailgate. Brought to you by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class.
Use promo code VISIT for 50% off. It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Up, dubs on the Cadillac, white tees, Nikes, gangsters don't know how to act. Adamsville, Bankhead, College Park, Harbor Home, Hummers floating on chrome, choking on that homegrown. They got their southern cooking, they got them fellas looking, thinking I was easy, I can see it. That's when I say no. What? Shawty can't handle this. Ever got that fire like
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. April is Financial Literacy Month, and The Truth has you covered on learning about how to best manage your finances. All April, Jamming with Juice, Benjamin and Carrie Noni will speak with Nina Johnson, Senior Vice President and Wisconsin Branch Banking Market Manager of U.S. Bank. They will discuss financial strategies and tools they offer their customers to help enhance your financial management skills. Financial Literacy Month on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth is sponsored by U.S. Bank. Visit your local U.S. Bank branch today. Hey, look, I want to talk about this. Somebody hit me up with this situation, and there's a couple situations, and I'll say this. I guess I'll stay up in the political space for a second. I usually, it's a rare space because we got so much going on the ground, but there was something about this Aiden Alexander, who grew up in New Jersey, was doing voluntary service with Israel's military when he was taken hostage on October 7th, 2023. They're saying that Hamas has lost contact with the group holding American Israel hostage, Aiden Alexander, and they're saying he's being abused, tortured down there. He got caught up. We got some we got an article on this. Let's listen.
Tonight, as Passover begins in Israel, Hamas has released a new video of Idan Alexander, the last living American hostage in Gaza, who pleads for his release. His family responding, saying, "When you sit down to mark Passover, remember that this is not a holiday of freedom as long as Idan and the other 58 hostages are not home." It's why another Israeli family is also skipping the holiday.
So this is us. It's in this house. This
right here. As long as Nimrod, Romi's twin brother, remains hostage in the Gaza Strip. Passover marks the Jewish exodus from bondage, but thoughts of liberation are far from the mind of Nimrod's mother, Vicky.
It's too hard for us to celebrate and to gather all the family if Nimrod is not with us.
Her only holiday observance is the children's book that Vicky illustrated. It's a Haggadah, the Jewish text read on Passover Seder. In this special book, each hostage has a symbol. And your son with the Rubik's Cube.
It's the Rubik, yeah.
And this is it, right?
Yeah. And this is the Rubik's that found with him when he was kidnapped.
Vicky knows Nimrod is still alive. A video released by Hamas shows a man whose face was blurred with Nimrod's tattoo. But like so many hostages' family members, Vicky wants the war to end.
The only thing that released them is to stop the war and sign a deal with the Hamas.
So tonight, these families are all feasting outdoors. Here in Tel Aviv's Hostage Square,
I'll say this, when I see stories like this and we talk about the deportations of people, illegal migrants or whatever like that, then you got some going on with Hamas and the hostages that they have. That's why I say, all this going back and forth, we got to start getting some resolutions going. I think, when I see people, no matter what side they own, it seems like we forget about the human life that's involved in this. People, human life, sometimes, get lost in certain ideologies. And I'll say this, sometimes you got to take a pause and say, hey, look, we need more people that are resolution-based. Even out here on the streets, when I go to a situation, I hear all the sides. And I try to make the best decision from what I heard. And I have that responsibility on a day-to-day basis. People come to me for help more than they come to any elected official out here. Or anywhere. That's just the life I live. This is what happens. But at the end of the day, I try to approach it with the mind state, okay, what's the best thing to do right here? How do we approach it? How do we get some type of outcome? And I think it's going to come a time where we're going to have to start really looking at ourselves, looking at our neighbors. I'll say this. We're going to start saying, okay, is this really working? You see something happening on the federal level, you see stuff going on overseas, and you can see that and people can discuss it. But then, at the end of the day, you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing that folks, they need to get in a space where they're trying to be more resolve-based. A lot of y'all come in ready to crash out. y'all come into the situation or y'all come into the conversation or, you know, y'all already, if it's my way or the highway and things like that, and y'all don't even have no results. That's why I say it's getting sad. It's getting sad no matter what side you on. It's getting sad because the people are getting lost in the shuffle. And I'm not saying that people on both sides don't have a valid reason to feel the way they feel, but at the end of the day, we gotta get a common ground together to where we're saying, okay, well, what's the best way to move forward? Because as long as we divide it, nothing is gonna happen. The one thing I'll tell you right now, you running around and things ain't divided. I mean, things is divided and y'all ain't talking. Ain't nothing getting better. Ain't nothing gonna get better. That's why I don't come in. I come in with the ideal, okay, I heard, sometimes I try to listen to what people say, but then they don't want to hear the right thing. They don't want to hear the right thing to do. If it's not what they think, if it's not going to benefit what they think. And I sit there and I just laugh at it. I just laugh at it because, okay, well, I'm done. I'm gone because I already know I'm not going to sit here another 2 hours. I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my time. And somebody was asking me the other day, they said, Tory, when you get on the air and you talk to people, you know, some people you let talk and some people you get at them. You get at them. I said, the people I let talk is coming from their perspective. And who am I to interfere with their perspective of their personal view of things? Fine. It's only when they get to talking out the side of their neck. Okay, I can't do that. You know, a lot of y'all, we got characters from Truth Nation that call in all the time. I just let them talk. But that's from their perspective. And I never went against, if a person is going to say their perspective or how they feel, that's how they feel and think. But when you try to impose that on somebody else or on me or try to come at me, I'm shutting it down because you don't know me. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're safe to say your perspective, but you're not safe to do anything outside of that. Period. So tell me how you feel from your view. That's why we have these open on-air conversations. But a lot of y'all got high blood pressure. You know, somebody hit me up and was like, oh, you voted for Trump. I said, so what? You voted for Kamala Harris. So what? What you gonna do? Now, if your family member got in trouble or something happened, you ain't gonna care what happened. You gonna want some results. And I'm gonna tell you, since January, trust me, a lot of folks that was talking that high breath, they had to circle around and call your boy Tory Lowe because they needed some assistance. And they didn't care what was going on with the elected. They didn't care who was in office. You know what? And I ain't say nothing. I hurried up, got a plan together, and got it done. Just like that. Because that's what we here for at the end of the day. And if you're looking at the federal and you got outrage, but it's going on in your own community, it's going on in your local government, and you up there shaking hands and sniggling and giggling and overlooking it, you trash to me. To me, that's trash. Because we're going to do something about it no matter who it is. Hey, look, when we come back to Nation, we'll have more conversation. Stay like that right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app and 1017thetruth.com.
Finding stable housing shouldn't be a struggle. The Milwaukee Rental Housing Resource Center connects renters, property owners, and partners to the resources they need, whether it's rental assistance, legal aid, mediation, or tenant education. No matter what your situation is, you do not have to go at it alone. Get assistance today by visiting renthelpmke.org. That is renthelpmke.org. mke.org, or stop by their office at 728 North James Lovell Street in Milwaukee. At the Milwaukee Rental Housing Resource Center, they are here for all your housing needs.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
Pollution from trucks is a public health crisis. Diesel-burning trucks belch dangerous levels of pollution, and communities living near ports and along freight corridors breathe especially high levels of this dirty air. But this crisis has a solution. My name is Sasan Sadat, and I work for Earth Justice. I'm working to clean up our air quality, particularly for communities that bear the burden of diesel pollution. For the sake of our lungs, our health, and our climate, the future of trucking in this country has got to be zero emissions. Until then, I will never rest.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Earth Justice is fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. If clean air matters to you, visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. The Milwaukee Brewers getting back into the win column on Tuesday night out there in San Francisco, dominating the Giants by a final score of 11-3.
Fly ball, center field, deep, back at the track, gone! Christian Yelich, a grand slam!
With the win, the Brewers improving to 13-11 on their season. Next up is with the win, the Brewers improving to 13-11 on their season. They are set for an 8:45 pitch tonight in San Francisco. Over to the NBA, despite 34 points from Giannis, the Milwaukee Bucks fall to the Indiana Pacers in Game 2 by a final score of 123-115. The Bucks made a late comeback, but just fell short.
When we got to get a stop, we did not get a stop. Over anything else right now, we got to be able to get a stop on a call.
Game 3 is set for Friday in Milwaukee. The Bucks down 2-0 in that series. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, what's happening, shouting? The king back. I know y'all miss a pimp, right? Yeah, but dig, there's been a lot of hate going on, okay? So let me holler at you something. First of all, look at here, dog. You might have seen me in the street, but shout it, you don't know me. When you holler, when you speak, remember you don't know me. Save all the hating and the popping, pimping, you don't know me. Quit telling people you my partner, listen, you don't know me. Don't be a groupie, keep it moving, shout it, you don't know me.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show, DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. All right, I don't know if this is good news. I probably thought in my mind that they already had this cure, but they saying in South Africa that they have positive trials that shows promising results in the HIV cure. Now, I'll tell you this. I thought that Magic Johnson had the cure. I thought Magic had it. You know, I don't know, but they said in South Africa, recent trials have shown promising results in the search for an HIV cure. Groundbreaking trial in Durban demonstrated that 20% of participants remained off antiviral therapy and were virally suppressed for 18 months. So I thought we had stuff here that would take, undetected, get somebody that was taking HIV to undetected, and they could still. I had a woman that called me that got HIV from her fiance, and I did her story because I guess he was, doing things and it went viral. Then she got on an AIDS campaign, and now she's living in Atlanta, but she said that she was taking medication to where her HIV or AIDS went down to undetected. But they saying that in South Africa, they got promising trials of a cure for HIV. We got some video of this. They're talking about it. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. Let's listen.
To this story now, groundbreaking HIV cure trial conducted at the University of KwaZulu-Natal demonstrated some promising results in achieving antiretroviral therapy-free virus control. Find out what that means in a moment. The HIV cure trial shows that 20% of trial participants remain off ART and are virally suppressed after 1.5 years. These results provide insights towards the development of future HIV cure approaches. Speak to Professor Tumbindungu now, who led this particular study. Prof, thanks for coming on this afternoon. When did the study begin?
The study started about 2 years ago. I believe it was the preparation started in 2022.
And what makes this particular outcome promising towards HIV treatment?
Well, I think this is a promising study because it's the first time, at least here in Africa, where we are showing that a combination of early antiretroviral treatment with immunotherapy, followed by treatment interruption, can lead to ART-free control of HIV. So this offers some hope that we might be moving towards an HIV cure where people can live without antiretroviral therapy. As you know, at the moment, if somebody is living with HIV, they have to take antiretroviral therapy for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
And that's a huge burden, both on the economic side, but also it's very difficult for people to take antiretroviral therapy every single day for the rest of their life. So what we are trying to do is to figure out an alternative to see whether people can control the virus without having to take antiretroviral therapy every single day.
So the goal is...
All right. That's good news. If that's what they're trying to do. I guess they're saying without taking the therapy, the antiviral therapy, this is working to where they can suppress it and you don't have to take all of that. So, hey, that's it. That's, I guess, for those that, I have to deal with it or possibly in fear of dealing with it, this is good news. But Magic Johnson, when I was a kid, got HIV. And he's still alive and he's still going. What did he have? Was he taking the antiviral therapy, or what? Did he get the real stuff? Did they slide him what was in the vault? I don't know. I just watch it all, and I really thought that it was like I said, I really think that it's a lot of money going into finding a lot of cures, but then once you break down where the money actually going, a lot of it ain't really making it to the right space, DJ Brother Z. So hopefully we can get some. I'm going to try to keep everybody updated. If they come through, I thought Dr. Sebi said he cured AIDS and went to court for it and said that he was able to cure a lot of these diseases and went to court. They tried to take him to court to say he was making false statements, and he won. And he had witnesses that he was able to do it through herbs. So I don't know. The AIDS thing has always been a big scare. Even when I was coming up, Somebody told me, hey, if you don't wrap it up, you might be out of luck. You might get the HIV. And that's what they use. That was like the big scary thing. Like all of the other curable diseases, they say, okay, you can get that as a shot for it. You get some penicillin, but then it was those ones that, they tried to scare you with because, they had the people come into the school and teach you, okay, reproductive side. And I was never against reproductive system teachings, I was against what they was doing recently, talking about this extra stuff. And I ain't going to get into that because, I'm hoping we can move past all of that extra stuff that was going on in the schools. But when I was coming up, it was reproduction, male reproduction, female reproduction. And if you put it together, you're going to get a baby. It was the reproductive system. And that's what it was there for. It was going to reproduce. So a lot of y'all turned the reproduction system into a party. Y'all partying with it. But they used to tell you in class, this was the reproductive system. And if you work with it, you're going to have a baby. Go half on the baby. You bring your half, I bring mine. But at the end of the day, if y'all, somebody's suffering with the AIDS or with the HIV, share the story with them. Maybe it'll, maybe it's some hope for whatever that is. And I thought that they, had something, but it is the treatment. So the treatment will keep them undetected as long as they taking the treatment. Because I know people are getting into relationships now and they got AIDS, but, I guess it's undetected so they can have a regular relationship. Matter of fact, the woman that from Milwaukee that I had to deal with the situation, I think she went and got married. She moved to Atlanta, got married to a guy that didn't even have it. So they, hey. Somebody said, call Liz. I'm sure she has a cure with the herbs for HIV. Stop playing. Why y'all playing? And if she do got the cure with the herbs, I wouldn't doubt it. They say that Dr. Sabi had the herbs. The natural remedies. But I'm going to tell you this. If you eating fast food and junk food and all of that and pizza and chicken wings and honey mustard with the honey mustard dip, it's going to be tough to switch up to do some of these strict herbal diets. I'll tell you that right now. I just came off Healthcare Month last month, March. I didn't have no sugar. I had no sugar, no carbs, no bread, no starch, none of that. Went through the whole month doing self-care. The moment I was off, DJ Brother Z, the moment March was over with, I ate some chicken wings. I had to have it. You can cure anything with discipline and consistency. That's all I'm saying. DJ Brother Z, you think you can go on a strict herb diet?
Nope.
I can't. I guess I got to build up my mental, and you got to have friends around. See, I believe if I had all friends that was doing it, I think I would do it. My problem is, I'm the only one around me that when I attempt it, and then they around there eating everything that I like, so I fall into the, I might be strong for like at least 3-4 weeks, but then give me some of that. What you eat? DJ Brother Z walking in here with his food, Benjamin got his food. All my friends eating what they want to eat, and I'm sitting there trying to eat some leaves. Eat some leaves and drink something that I blended up. I don't know. I can hold on for a little bit, but I can't do it all day. Somebody said, I'm the only vegan in my house. Yeah. It's tough when you're trying to do a strict diet to correct your health. And a lot of our health issues coming from the diet. It's coming from the food that we eating. So all you got to do is eat better ideas and some of the health issues will go away. You know, some of y'all got diabetes because y'all got the sugar because y'all been drinking the 32-ounce Big Gulps. Y'all go get the 32-ounce slush. And y'all keep drinking it every day. Somebody said mental discipline 24 years strong. Oh, but Mark in the chat, the chemicals in the food is the problem. Right. They got chemicals in the food. And it's coming out about all the chemicals. And now, you know what's dangerous about information? This is what I'll tell y'all this. You know what's dangerous about information? Once they put the information out there that is chemicals in the food, and they look up and you still buying it, that's dangerous because now they're saying, okay, well, now you know about it. And you still bought it. I don't think I ever told y'all about the story about when my auntie sent me to the store, and the corner store knew my auntie, and she told me to go to the store and get some cigarettes. And I was young, but they knew each other, so they knew I was coming. I don't even know if it's legal. They shouldn't even gave me the cigarettes now that I'm a grown-up and I see how it worked. But back in the day, I went to the gas station, went and got the cigarettes, and on the way back to grandma's house, I looked at the package, and it said, warning, may cause cancer on the cigarettes. So in my mind, I thought cancer was a bad thing. So when I got back to the house, I gave my auntie the cigarettes. And I was like, auntie, this say may cause cancer. Why are you smoking? She said, boy, give me them cigarettes.
You better get out of grown folk business.
Get out of my face. You know what I mean? So as growing up and seeing that people, if they tell you the truth and you still participate, that's dangerous. A lot of y'all telling folks to do the research, but you ain't made the adjustments to the research. It's one thing to know, but it's another thing to show. So a lot of y'all got a lot of knowledge. A lot of y'all got a lot of understanding, but when you don't apply it, it still means nothing. And I'm going to tell you this, a lot of people they'll tell you about all these things, but yet they can't put it into action. So that's dangerous if they telling you what's going on and you don't make the adjustment. Because now you're just conforming with the knowledge. You still got the knowledge and you conforming. That's dangerous. Steve, you're on the new 101.7 The Truth. How you doing, Steve?
Hello. Quick thing. Great show. I'm a converted listener from Greenfield.
Blessings, brother.
You are, pardon me?
Blessings. I appreciate that.
Oh, no problem. You are dead on, brother. I'm converting from, I eat very little meat and animal byproducts. I can't stress it to you and your listeners enough, and what you read. What they put in factory farms, milk is just growth hormones. It's garbage. And the less we're reliant on animal protein and animal use, the better off. I'm converting into vegetarian / pseudo-vegan. I cannot tell you the pounds you lose, the energy you have, and the energy you make. Plus, it's for moral reasons. You're in a win-win situation, but we're so bombarded that we got to consume, and the stuff that we consume is so detrimental to the health for various things of animal welfare, environment, human being consumption, et cetera, that I can't stress that to you enough. The less meat, organic products you eat, you'll be far better off, and I'll just take my answers off the air. Thank you again.
Hey, that's true. Like, I'll tell you this. The last thing that I wanted to overcome in my life is my nutrition. You know, I was going in stages, you know. The last thing I tried to tackle was the nutrition, DJ Brother Z. Because I like me what they call a cheeseburger, what they call them now, when they smash burger. It seemed like they just took the cheeseburger, now they just smashed it up, took one patty, split it in half, smashed it, and put it back on the burger and called it the smash burger. So they always find the ways to reinvent how you like food. But I'll tell you this, that's the toughest battle in my life, is to eat correctly. Because I spent my whole life eating incorrectly. And so when I get on the track, when I get on the right track, I got too many friends that ain't trying to get on the right track with me. So I might grab a Dorito. You know what I mean? They might walk in with a bag of Doritos, and you may not even be thinking about it. You may be just in your zone trying to get some work done, and they walk in with a bag of chips. Next thing you know, you didn't went and grabbed, you ate you some. And now you're like, oh, man, I ain't supposed to eat that. And so now I have to self-correct every time. That's my last big battle with myself. I ain't gonna even lie. That's the one thing I wish I had more discipline on. And that's the one thing I wish I had more people that was around me that was eating in a certain culture. Because let's say I'm fasting. Somebody come and say, hey, Tory, this girl missing, or this person was involved in a homicide. Well, when I leave and go around them, it takes hours and even days to resolve that. So I'm out there with them. They cooking. The food smelling good. I'm sitting there trying to like, dang, I'm trying to stay focused on what I'm there for. But then here they come with the plate, with the macaroni, with the chicken, with the yams. Hey, Tory, you want something to eat? I'll say no at first. But then 2-3 days go by and we still working. Hey, I'm gonna come up short. Keep me in prayers. Keep me in your prayers. That's all I'm gonna say. When we come back, Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This may be another Elon Musk bureaucratic shuffle, or this may be whatever it is. These, Dr. Ken, are real consequences.
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
I believe that there's going to be a step back and a rollback to some of those places that we're talking about making cuts because of the drastic outcome that can occur.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ and Mondays at 6 on 1017 The Truth.
Attention small business owners. In-person registration for the City of Milwaukee Vendor Fair scheduled for April 24th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. is now closed. If you missed registration, a recording of the event will be made available online after the vendor fair. For more details, you can visit milwaukee.gov/DOA event. That is milwaukee.gov/DOA event. This event is a gateway to expand your business through workshops, networking, and direct access to knowledgeable city staff regarding contracting and small business enterprise certification. Interested in expanding your small business via government contracting but can't make the event? Email devcord@milwaukee.gov to learn how small business enterprise certification with the City of Milwaukee can take your business to the next level. Sponsored by City of Milwaukee, Department of Administration, City of Milwaukee Purchasing Department, and City of Milwaukee Department of City Development. For more information, you can visit milwaukee.gov/DOA events.
Every accomplishment starts somewhere. For University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee student Nick Birschbach, it was internships that led to a job at GE Healthcare. For Charles Kelly, it started with an internship at a TV station. Now, he's a weekend anchor. And for Jaden Anderson, her leadership led to recognition from the American Institute of Architecture students. The path to success goes many places. It starts at UWM.
At U.S. Bank, when they say they're in it with you, they mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there, the fine-tuning of goals, the managing of cash and workflows, and decision-making. They're in to help you through all of it, because together they're proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. Visit usbank.com to get started today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, copyright 2024 U.S. Bank.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Bike crash? Call Gruber's offices. One call, that's all.
You are listening to the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Sipping on that 1942, I got my 42. Oh, you got your 42. I got 40 of them. I rock Cardi's, you can't see my eyes cause I be pouring up. I've been around with choppers age since I'm glad you bought him up. R.I.P. my uncle, free my youngin'.
Truth Nation, who's looking for a deal? Well, Cousins has a better deal just for you. Cousins' new $10 meal deals are now available online only. Choose between 7.5-inch ham and provolone, turkey breast or veggie sub, a bag of chips or regular fry, a fountain drink, and a cookie. Cousin Subs. Go to cousinsubs.com or get on the mobile app. $10 meal deal is now a better deal. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. Hey, look, DJ Brother Z, I'm going to tell you this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get ready because May, I'm going to try to go back at it again in May. Who gonna do it with me, Truth Nation? We gonna no sugar, no starches, just trying to eat healthy, trying to, I'm gonna try to get the list. I'm gonna come up with a list of things to eat. But I do this all the time, but after the month is over with, maybe we gotta make it a long-term thing. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, we getting up in the space where age starts to play a factor in health. And if you're not eating right, I used to wonder why, like, people be standing there talking, and then, we eat all this processed food, we eat all these things our whole life, we don't fast, we don't try to detox, and then one day you get to talking and then your body jam up. It just jams up with all of the cholesterol, and, you never took time to really do maintenance on your body. The next thing you know, you start, the bags start forming around your eyeballs. And next thing you know, you start feeling tired every time you eat. And so I was like, okay, well, what can we do? We got to get involved. We got to start doing walks in the summertime. We got to start getting outside, Truth Nation. I don't know. We might have to get a trainer, a part of Truth Nation, and do some stuff down at the lakefront, like some stretching or something. You know what I mean? Some jumping jacks or something this summer. Get everybody outside. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
What's poppin', Truth Nation? It's your girl, Noni Juice. Tune into The Truth this Saturday at 11 a.m. for another episode of More Than a Movement, powered by Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin. If you didn't know, last week was Black Maternal Health Week, so I will be joined by Sarah Noble, Chandra Lewis, and Tamara Thompson, and we will discuss healing legacies and why Black maternal health is an important issue for all of us to be aware of. Again, that is More Than a Movement, powered by Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin, this Saturday at 11 a.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
It's Dr. Ken Harris, and you can watch me now live on YouTube every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m., and you can watch the best radio show in Wisconsin by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Watch me explore the issues which are shaping our community while also having fun discussions, pop culture, current events, all kind of stuff going on right here on YouTube right now by subscribing to 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk is now streaming live on YouTube.
Maya is always on the move, and so is her money. Buy this here, deposit that there. She and her money are a lot to keep track of. Good thing Maya banks with Landmark Credit Union and uses their amazing mobile app. Maya checks her balance, deposits checks, pays bills, even transfers money between friends. So while Maya is coming and going, she can see her funds coming, going, and, best of all, growing. Landmark Credit Union. Banking made easy. Insured by NCUA.
We Energies want you to keep this important safety message in mind. Before you start digging, planting, or landscaping on your property, call 811 to have underground utilities marked. Calling 811 at least 3 business days before you plan to dig will help you know what's below and can prevent a hazardous situation. Our representatives will mark the underground utilities on your property for free. So remember, stay safe and call before you dig.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. And I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory, Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory, Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the third hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And I got a question, Truth Nation. I got a question for you. Look, I need real answers. I need real answers because this is going on, and I'm sure most of the people that's listening to the show probably had to deal with it on one side or the other. But my question for Truth Nation, and I'm going to open up the lines, 833-212-1017. Talk to text, 833-212-1017. How long should you let somebody stay with you at your residence that need help? That if they ask, okay, I'm going through some hard times, and you say, okay, you can stay with me for a little bit till you get yourself on your feet. How long is that? Because I was talking to a young man, and he was telling me that he got somebody he'd allowed to stay with him, but now he feeling like he playing with him. You know what I mean? Like he used up all the generosity, and now he trying to call me to try to figure out how to get him out. We need some tips. I told him to tune into the show. TJ Brothers here at 3 p.m. Truth Nation may got some answers for you. But I don't know. It depends on the situation to me. I don't know what the situation was, how that person felt close enough to you to even ask you to stay and hang out, with you for a second till you got on their feet. But I want to know, is it 3 months? Is it 6 months? Or, God forbid, is it 12 months? I don't know. We gonna put it in the chat.
You talk months. I'm putting nights. I said 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights. Checkout is 11 a.m.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
You talking months?
They lost. They on bad foot.
I gotta redo a poll. Hold on.
Okay.
Months? Oh, all right.
No, they talking about. Hey, I didn't hear bad times. I done fell on bad times, and things happen. Everybody need a friend. Look, let me tell you something. Everybody need a friend that they can start over. Like they need, if they fall on hard times, they need that friend, that you can count on. But sometimes it ruins the relationship. Sometimes, I'm telling you, when somebody come to you and say, hey, I need to stay with you. You know what I mean? I need a little time to get on my feet. We boys. We friends. You my bestie. How long is a stay? Sierra in the chat says 12 months is diabolical. It can happen though.
No, it can't.
I'm just saying. I need a place to, I need a place to lay low for a second. I want to know, True Nation. We need to give us some advice. How long is a stay? Like, okay, I need to, come stay with you. What's reasonable? What's reasonable? 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017. Or get in the chat and holler back. Kimberly says it depends, but 90 days. 90, okay, you got a strong 90 days to get a job, get some money up, and move into, I'm looking out for you. What you say at the top of the poll? One night?
Checkout is at 11 a.m.
Check out. You only
Thanks
one
for
night.
Coming.
One night, DJ brother.
You don't have to make your bed.
This your boy. This your pal. He gonna play video games with you.
Yeah, we can play online when you get a new spot.
We go ahead to the lines. Eddie, you on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Good day, Tory Lowe. How you doing today?
Hey, how you doing, brother Eddie?
Good, Tory. I've got some experience in this, so I thought I'd call in and put in my 2 cents. Tory, after the third or fourth week on the couch, I know I'm in. I can't believe they let me get away with 3, 4, 5 months eating their food, sleeping on their couch. I use a lot of toilet paper, Tory. I'm very specific.
Are you chipping in?
I can't even believe what?
Are you chipping in with some of the extra things that you need? If you stay at somebody's house, it's good to pay a bill. Pay something. Try to contribute. You can't just sit there and loaf on the couch.
Tory, I'll bring home a Domino's when it's a 2-for-1. And sometimes I'll go to the store and buy the cheapest rolls of toilet paper I can, just to see how much I can. Tory, it's just to see how much I can get away with. It's almost like a sport or a hobby to me to see how far I can go with this. Do you see what I'm saying, Tory?
I'm listening.
I can't believe after the second or third week they're not kicking me out. After the third or fourth week, I know I'm in. I've started moving dressers in.
What?
I put my car in the garage. Yeah, up on blocks. Tory, I'm eating their food. I'm going through their dressers. If I don't have any clean socks, I can't get away. I get away with murder, Tory. I can't believe they put up with my stuff. I can't believe they put up with it, Tory.
Can't
believe it.
Hold on. When I grew up, they called it freeloading.
I get away with a lot, Tory. I think what it is I'm pretty entertaining. So people kind of let me get between that and the hair. I get away with murder, Tory. And that's the reality of the situation. If I was a bald guy with the horseshoe, I wouldn't get away with any of this stuff. It's hair envy, Tory. That's why I get away with all of it. That and good shtick. That's why, Tory.
What?
Yes.
So you staying with a female? So you living with a female?
I'm living with a chick right now, Tory. I live with a broad right now. Thinks I'm like a god to her, Tory. I run, I scream for Diet Coke and pizza, and she brings it. She brings it. Tory, I'm going to tell you something. I know guys who are married whose wives stay at home all day. The guys bring home the bacon. The guys provide the SUV and the health insurance and the vacations. I get treated better by the chick that I live with, who I show no commitment to, right? No sense of allegiance, no honor, Tory, none of it. I get treated better than my married friends, Tory. How does that work? She should have kicked me out a long time ago, Tory. If I were her, I would have kicked me out the second day, Tory. But again, I get away with it, Tory.
Here we go.
I don't know how I do it. Tory, on that note, I got to go. I'm heading home right now. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm trying to lose 30 pounds. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
All right, Eddie. Oh, wow. Comedy with Eddie. John, you're on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in. How you doing, John?
Hey, good afternoon, Tory. Good. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Fine, John. Hey, if somebody say, hey, I want to camp out with you for a little bit, I hate tough times, how long is that stay?
You got to watch yourself with this because legally, if they're there over 90 days, they're a resident, and you have to go to the court to evict them.
Right. I've seen this happen. You can't just throw them out after 30 days, Jake. You got to go like an eviction almost.
It happened to me and my wife with her oldest daughter when she got divorced. She was just going to be there for a month to get back on her feet. 4 months later, all of a sudden the grandkids are staying there. We're like, We called the police. We had to go through the court system to evict her. So you have to be really careful no matter how close people are to you.
Hey, that's good advice.
And you got to really use your judgment. So me, I would say 80 days at most.
But this your family member.
That way you don't have to. They need to get up off their butt and get themselves together.
What they was doing within the time you gave them. Like if you say 80 days, they supposed to be going to work, going to look for jobs. They supposed to be out there trying to figure it out. And then, so they can move on. I mean, what did they do? What did they do in the middle of the time that you gave them?
She was working and going out and spending the money on clothes for her and the kids and buying all this top-of-the-line stuff.
Oh, wow.
Buying $200 tennis shoes, $150 pair of jeans. And we're like, but where's money for food? You need to be bringing food in the house. You guys are eating all our food up. No, I told my wife finally, I put my foot down. I said, that's your daughter, my stepdaughter. I don't care. They got to go.
She wasn't paying in on the bills or nothing like that?
Nope.
And buying $200 shoes?
Yep.
Diabolical.
Yep. They got no sense these nowadays.
Oh,
so you have to be really careful because that cost us like $800 to get her evicted.
So when you got the eviction, did she leave or did you have the sheriff come?
They had to come put her out.
What?
And I was standing there with a I was standing there with a screwdriver and a whole new lock set for the doors.
With the kids?
And once that sheriff pulled up,
the kids was in there too?
Yep.
Dang.
Once the sheriff pulled up, they started talking to her. I'm taking the locks off the doors and putting new ones on.
Wow. Sorry that had to happen with the family. John, that's tough. Well, thank you for telling your story, John. It sounds like, it worked out bad. It didn't come out the way it was supposed to come out. You would think that people would take advantage of the time of somebody's generosity and then try to move on, thankful that they have somebody that can help them. Brother Love, you're on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in.
Hey, how you doing, Tory?
How you doing, Brother Love?
Man, I'm doing okay. Yeah, man, Tory. I didn't get into a stable living situation until 7 years ago, where I was able to, pay my own bills, pay my own rent.
Mm-hmm.
But before then, I had to live with people.
Right, but you was contributing. You was helping out.
Oh man, I had to learn. Back then I didn't know how to do the things I know how to do now, and but I was, but I still got kicked out plenty of times. But
what was the reason they kicked you out for?
Well, one situation, my niece, I was living in my sister's basement, and my niece, she was like 14, and your school called was like, well, she hasn't been in school in 4 days. So my sister's like, well, where is she? She ain't been home in 4 days. So my sister, I know where she is. She must be with that man. And I was like, I think I seen her one time. My niece 14, so my niece came back home through the door after about 5 days. And my sister's like, well, okay, so where you been? Oh, you been with that man? I was like, I think I seen them. And then my sister said, get in the room. And then my sister's like, what should I do? I was like, I'm living in the basement. I was like, she looked at me, I looked at her. I went on in the basement and and he seemed like a nice guy. I met him once. A married man, I met him once. Yeah. So I went on to the basement. We never talked about it again. And I was like, I'm gonna whoop my niece when I get back. But I never did get a chance to whoop her. But yeah,
because they put you out.
Yeah.
Oh wow. That horror stories from staying with folks. That's what it sounds like. What we did stumbled up on today. Hey, we might need some scary music. It sounds like it went something good went bad. You didn't let the person come in and it became a nightmare. This is what it sounded like. 833-212-1017. When you let somebody stay with you, what's your time limit? Is there any rules? Do they have to follow any rules, or do you got any certain type of expectations, or that, you know, from this time to this time, be on your way out, or what? Lana Banana.
Hello, how you doing?
Lana, you on the new 1017.
I hear that music.
Hey, did you ever let somebody stay with you? You tried to work it out in good faith, and how did it turn out?
Well, see, I would have answered the poll, but my answer not on there. Never. Nope. Even the one night and check out at 11 a.m., that's too long. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm harder on myself than I am with people. They don't realize that. I'm real hard on myself. Because they got to go out there and check out your resources. Go to the homeless shelters. They'll help you find a job, or go to your workforce development center or whatever. You got to do what you can do and stop being dependent on others. You have to be independent. That could be why you're homeless. Could be for some, but you can't see what people can do for you. You have to see what you can do for yourself. And what you do for self, then you can do for others. None of others can do for you. Because, like I said, you got to be future-oriented. What if that person go overseas or move or something? They can't send any money over here. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Well, we already know you don't let nobody even drive your car.
That's right.
Unless they sign a contract without a contract. So I can only imagine if you let somebody stay at your house.
Okay. I got it. I'll do it.
Wait a minute. You got the rap ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told you I was going to call you today, and my word is bond.
Okay, so Truth Nation, if y'all didn't know, yesterday, Lana said that she had another freestyle for us. Did we got the first freestyle?
Yeah, I can see if I can pull it.
We can pull up the first freestyle. We got the first freestyle from Lana. She used to be a rap artist. Still is, sound like it. But you got a Spanish rap that you said you had yesterday, so let's hear it. Hold on, let's hear the first. Hold on.
2 times up. Okay. With the pussy while I throw my round, cause I'm gonna get down to you real nice and slow. So hang on tight, y'all. Here we go. Let me introduce you to my chateau with waves and curves from to a plateau. I got 2 tattoos, Nefertiti and the O. So step aside and listen while I bring them thoughts. The Nefertiti is my name, is my name, is my name.
Go crazy!
Is my game, is my game, is my game. One more time. Chichi is my name, is my name, is my name. And flowing is my game.
Queen Lana.
Yes.
So we got another one. We got another treat for y'all from Land of Banana, going bananas. Hey, we ready. It's in Spanish.
Okay, you ready?
We ready.
Okay. Yo soy una morena que nombre es Chichi. Me gusta la señora que no es Nefertiti. Me gusta estudiar las culturas diferentes porque en la tierra hay mucha gente de moreno, africanos, dominicanos, de indígenas, todopoderoso. Tú sabes de Dios. Hombres sean bien con simpáticas esposas. Dice nada hoy y mañana otra cosa. Me gusta a comer. Me gusta comer comidas, por eso me gusta comer la sopa progreso, me gusta comer pequeños huevos, mañana yo quiero comprar un carro nuevo, escúchame cuando yo hablo español, me gusta educar con el grupo de la sol, paz, amor, ya me voy, cógelo suave, viva para hoy, grita, grita, grita mi gente, grita, grita, grita elegante,
grita, 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 mi gente. Grita, 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 elegante.
Okay. Underlay. Uh-oh.
But now I'm upset with myself because I messed up, you know. But
no,
you know.
I mean, what? Can you give us like a summary of the translation of that in English? What you know, just kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was the hook?
The hook was grita, 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 mi gente. It's like the grita is that you know that. That's that right there. And grita mi gente is, you know, these are my people. You know, my people. Gente is people. Okay. And then when I say grita, grita, grita elegante is, you know, do that, you know, very elegant. You know, do what you do. You know, yeah.
All right. Before you go, do the grita one more time.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, Truth fam. This is your girl, Melanie Ricks, and I want to remind you to tune into Nothing But the Truth digital show with me, Melanie Ricks, presented by Visit Milwaukee. Every Wednesday at 6 p.m., a new episode drops on the 1017 The Truth YouTube page. And since it is on YouTube, I hold nothing back. I give you all my hot takes on celebrity gossip and give you the tea on relationships that you don't want to miss. Subscribe to 1017 The Truth on YouTube so you never miss Nothing But the Truth digital show, dropping every Wednesday at 6 p.m., presented by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class.
Hey, Truth Nation, it's your girl DT from The Truth Unfiltered with DT and Dr. Ken Harris. Now listen, at a critical time, through the Empowerment Small Business Loan Program, Old National Bank provided the resources I needed to sustain my business. Now the process had its challenges, but I was supported, and it was also an invaluable learning experience for future ventures. I am so grateful for the support that helped my business thrive. Old National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to approval.
From my family and myself, I would like to say thank you to Gruber Law Offices for taking such good care of us.
I would say thank you because you're so human and so much of a friend during the whole process.
I'm super grateful for them representing me and doing all that they did for me.
I would just say thank you for making me feel better.
That's why I'm here, to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Escape the city and relax at Lake Lawn Resort in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin. Enjoy outdoor activities on Delavan Lake. Tee off at the Lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course or unwind at the award-winning Calidora Spa. With both indoor and outdoor pools, there's fun for the whole family. Take a cruise on the Lake Lawn Queen. Explore stunning shores and historic landmarks. And enjoy delicious food and drinks on board. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com, where everything is better at the lake.
This is your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
So, Black women's leadership needs to be prioritized. That means a whole lot of things, but it includes a message for white women, which would be, it'll be wise for you to take our lead. We've already demonstrated everything there is to the world about who we are. We shouldn't have to keep doing that over and over again. The reality is that there are times when we got to muster up the energy to do some things we don't want to do. But I don't want that to be commonplace for me, and I certainly don't want it to be commonplace for other Black women. There's often this message that we need to stay strong because there are people depending on it. No, we need ourselves.
Yeah, you can't, what do they say? You can't pour from an empty cup?
Yes. And I even am hearing people say a lot more, you shouldn't pour from your cup at all until it overflows. And it's the overflow that you give. You keep the full cup for yourself.
This has been your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute. It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Otros 11 bonitas que veo en San Juan, disfrutando de todas esas cosas que extrañan los que se van, disfrutando de noches de esas que que ya no se dan, pero queriendo volver a la última vez. Ya los ojos te miré y contarte las cosas que no te conté. ¿Te parece a mi crush?
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, Landon just set it off now. Here we go. You know, we celebrate all the coaches. We got a question of the day. How long do you allow somebody to stay with you when they hit hard times? You know, they just need a little time to get themselves together. How long do that take? Hey, some people in the chat saying it depends. 7285 says, I let my brother stay with me for almost 30 days. The rules were you can't be there when I'm gone. You can't be there when I'm gone to work. Dinner every night will be at 7. Doors locked with bolt at 12 a.m. until the morning. He didn't make it. He didn't want to look for a job. He didn't want to look for a job or be there in time for dinner. So, yeah, 30 days max. We got Tyrone on the lines. Tyrone, you better call Tyrone. You're on the new 117 The Truth.
Tory Lowe and Brother Z. You do it to me every time, but I love him, though.
Hey, I love it.
Yep.
Hey, you got a name. You got a name, Tyrone. We talk about moving folks.
Yes,
folks moving in and out. Erica Badu said, "Call Tyrone."
Yep. That's right. Yep. Erica Badu. You know what? And when they do, you know, well, back in my younger day, I mean, I can still help somebody move a little bit there, but man, when my legs and my lower back kick in, and I need something to drink, I'm sitting down. Don't say nothing to me for a while, because but I can still do a half a day, you know. But yeah, I mean, you know, I just wanted to congratulate you, you know. But yeah, I appreciate that. I love you too. Love you, Brother Z, Truth Nation. Yeah, you know, I mean, I say just give people a chance. You know, I mean, you know, don't be too hard on them. But as long as they're trying to do what's right and help themselves, then, you know, give them a chance and then see what happens. But if they're just, you know, being lazy, laying up, that's not good. You know, you can't just do that. But congratulations on bringing the young lady home. Right. Tory, appreciate that. That's, you know, I got a lot to talk with you about, so I got to get with you in person because some things I want to share with you, I don't want to share over the line, you know. Okay. But I know you was talking about getting your billing and all that, but
right. We got it. We don't have to. It's what it's.
You know, your boy that does what's his name there? America's Most Wanted there. Walsh, John Walsh.
Okay.
Bring him in and have him sit with you and just kind of brainstorm with him and pick his mind there, you know. But you're doing good things yourself too. But I wanted to say that enjoy the draft when you go up to Green Bay. I got to get some autograph stuff from all y'all. And you and Liz Brown start working on the books, man. You and Liz Brown co-authoring books together.
Right. Hey, look, I'm telling you, it's coming. You know, like I said, you know, I've been working for a long time to make sure that we have the front lines in a space where we can be in the lead to make sure that we get things done on the behalf of the people that we represent. And that's where we need to be with brothers and sisters that's willing to make the sacrifice to make change. And now people need those people in the community fighting on their behalf. And everybody got it, you know. I just happened to grow up on the north side of Milwaukee, 2351 North 5th Street, born and raised on 5th and North Avenue. So what I'm saying is, for the people that I represent as far as where I was born and raised, I'm going to serve and try to make sure that we get the best outcome. No matter what the situation is, I'm trying to come in with the solution and make it right. But it's other people that do that in other neighborhoods and other environments. And when we go to well-ran environments, that's because the leadership ain't going to let it go downhill. They're going to try to maintain what they create. So it's no different. I'm not doing nothing no different than what everybody else is doing. It's making sure that we serve my community to the best of my ability and making sure that we have resources. That's it. And some people DJ Brother, some people got a problem with that. You heard what the brother said, he gonna try to come get me. But I'm outside, I'm right there. I'm in the streets. If you wanted to do something, that's how I know you ain't gonna do nothing. I'm outside. We dealing with the real issues. You can't be inside and do that. Anyway, so we got the poll up. What's going on with the poll on YouTube? What are they saying?
Yeah, see, no, yep, 100%. Yep, these 33 people know, or 33% of people know exactly what they talking about.
What?
They are only letting one person stay with them for one night.
What night?
Checkout is at 11 a.m. Thank you for coming. Don't come again. 27% of people say too much, 27% 3, and 13% will let somebody stay as long as they need. Y'all tripping.
Yeah, 13%. See, that's a real friend right there, the 13.
Y'all lying. That's what y'all doing. Y'all lying. You will not. Y'all lying. It's a lie.
See, the 13%, they ride or die. The 13% ride or die. Whatever we got to do. But, maybe that person may be a little bit more organized and so, I'm just saying. But some of y'all got friends that ain't really friends. Maybe you the friend, but they ain't the friend. Maybe you the friend, you the buddy, and they getting the energy from you and you not getting no energy from them. And you got to be wise. You got to understand you only going to go as far as the top 5 people that you hang out with the most. So if it's top 5, that's why you got to make your top 5 work to your advantage. That y'all working together to get things done. So if somebody fall off, it ain't no problem. But if you just got buddies that you hanging out with, kicking it with, they ain't productive, that's your fault. You should have more discernment. And sometimes to be family members, we blood. We family. Hey. Marvin Gaye had family too. He went to stay with him. Look, when we come back, we got to run the break. When we come back, we'll be joined on the lines by advocate and author Elizabeth Brown. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
At U.S. Bank, when they say they're in it with you, they mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there, the fine-tuning of goals, the managing of cash and workflows, and decision-making. They're in to help you through all of it, because together they're proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. Visit usbank.com to get started today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, copyright 2024 U.S. Bank.
I-94 rivalry is more than just bragging rights. Get to the ballpark for Brewers-Cubs action May 2nd through the 4th and spend Friday and Saturday night under the lights and help the Crew defend American Family Field and the National League Central Crown.
That's your ball game!
Then pack the park for Sunday matinee baseball at the May 4th series finale and take advantage of the Sunday Fun Day bundle. Get your tickets now at brewers.com.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Sherwin Hughes with his truth.
Most people don't know that a county executive is a higher elected position than a mayor. Most people don't know what a state assembly representative does, a state senator, nor their function in overall state government. Most people, in fact, don't know what a school board representative actually does. Ask a person who their county board supervisor is, and they'll likely shrug their shoulders. Also, most people don't vote. We're in for a world of hurt. If we don't know the functions of our government at the very basic level, then we are not nearly equipped for what is going to happen to this nation for the next 4 years. All they had to do was tell unsophisticated folks gas prices are too high, inflation is too high, bacon and eggs cost too much. It's this guy's fault, it's this party's fault. Vote for us. Don't think about the criminal prosecutions. Don't think about all the malfeasance. Don't think about all of the misconduct and the corruption. We're going to make your bacon cheaper. We're going to make your eggs cheaper. We're also going to gut the FBI. We're also going to gut anything related to diversity, equity, and inclusion. We're going to shred this nation from the top to the bottom, all in favor of a handful of folks. How about this? Let's tell people that immigrants are actually the problem. And then Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk will bring in the most highly trained immigrants this nation has ever seen. Why? Because Americans are none the wiser. Don't believe me? Look at public school children's performance, not just in Milwaukee, not just in Wisconsin, but nationwide. Get ready for a long ride, ladies and gentlemen. A very long ride.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. The NFL is pushing big to create a professional flag football league. So much so that it came up during its annual meetings with league owners and leadership. Izell Reese played several years as an NFL pro. Now he's CEO of RCX Sports, a leader in youth sports and events. Plus, he's executive director of NFL Flag, the official flag football youth league of the NFL. Reese spoke to Bloomberg about why he's passionate about getting more young people involved in flag football.
I think it brings females now into football in a major way. So now you're getting both boys and girls of all ages playing the sport. And it's fun. It's exciting. It's fast-paced. Everybody can score a touchdown. And it's just so much engaging and involved with it.
RCX Sports, through its foundation, is actively working to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion in youth sports. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. The Milwaukee Brewers getting back into the win column on Tuesday night out there in San Francisco, dominating the Giants by a final score of 11-3.
Fly ball, center field, deep, back at the track, gone! Christian Yelich, a grand slam!
With the win, the Brewers improving to 13-11 on their season. Next up is with the win, the Brewers improving to 13-11 on their season. They are set for an 8:45 pitch tonight in San Francisco. Over to the NBA, despite 34 points from Giannis, the Milwaukee Bucks fall to the Indiana Pacers in Game 2 by a final score of 123-115. The Bucks made a late comeback, but just fell short.
When we got to get a stop, we did not get a stop. Over anything else right now, we got to be able to get a stop on a call.
Game 3 is set for Friday in Milwaukee. The Bucks down 2-0 in that series. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. DJ Brother Z, they asking, can you take Lana Banana hook and loop it up, put a beat behind it. They want the remix.
How much they willing to pay?
Hey, you might could put it out there on Apple Music and try to, you know what I mean? I don't know. They asking in the chat. But joining me on the lines is Advocate Arthur Elizabeth Brown. How you doing, Queen?
Hey, salute, King. Happy hump day.
Hey, happy hump day. Hey, look, I got a question because this is the question of the day. When, somebody hit hard times and they struggling a little bit and they want to stay, how long should they be staying? Is they what the rules is? How do you work that out?
It depends on, who it is and, how. Well, I guess it really don't. You do what's comfortable for you. Right. If you feel like if this is a person that that you deal with in your personal circle, I would start off, with, 3 months. Mm-hmm. 3 months should be enough time to get you on your feet. And then when we get close to the 3-month mark, after the 60 days, we'll reconvene to see, are you doing what it is that you said you was doing? First of all, the first meeting, I think, should be like a contract, where y'all sit down and this person have their goals on what it is that they're trying to do and a period of time in which they're trying to do it. And then when you sit down at the 60-day mark to see have they either hit any of the 5 or 6 goals that they got, which includes the end goal, them being out of your house or out of your space.
Mm-hmm.
And if you sit down in that 60 days and they had 6 things to do and they done marked off 3, it's on you at that point to see, if they putting forth that effort. Absolutely. And if they putting forth that effort, then, you can equate how much more time they're going to need, because clearly they're making efforts. You know what I'm saying? If there's a goal of 6 and they got 3, they in the process of doing that. So that's you helping somebody that's trying to help themselves. Now, if you sit down with them at the 6-month mark, at the 60-day mark, and they got 6 goals and they ain't hitting there on one of them, then, maybe it's time for you to, either apply some more pressure, let them know, look, at the 90-day, you gotta leave either way, whether you got something done or not, because clearly you're not doing what it is that you told me you wanted to do. And I'm just telling you, like, I can't carry no longer than, what I told you from the beginning. And at that point, the contract is void at that point because they're not showing any action on what they said they wanted to do or need to do.
And a lot of people get bitter from that too. But you got, just like you allowed it,
they'll be all right.
Yeah, just like you allow somebody to come stay with you, you can tell them to go too. I think that when you got a good heart, sometimes you be trying to not put nobody in a worse situation. But if they're not trying to help themselves, I don't know.
But that ain't on you.
Facts.
Again, that's not on you. You have to make sure when you sit down with an individual, just like I told my daughter, you having a good heart. You have to make sure that you making sure that you protect that good heart. Because a good heart can be used just like a bad one. The reality of it is, your heart is in your chest for a reason. And you have to sometimes check your emotions and put it back there. Again, when you're dealing with individuals, family, friend, or foe, you have to make sure that there's boundaries that has to be set, because what you don't want to do is enable somebody. You want them to be able to, not need you. Like they said, if you teach a man to fish, you ain't never got to worry about feeding them again. But if you continue to feed them and you wondering why they continue to beg, is because you should have, got out the way a little bit and allowed them to see a lot of the things that they need to see on their own. And especially at our age, we're in a space now where even at our children's age, if we don't make them accountable for their actions now, when we're no longer here, don't nobody else owe them nothing. We don't owe them nothing, but them our babies. You know what I'm saying? But the reality is again, you either going to fly or you going to crash, and it's on you. So if it's your action, if you're saying that this is what you want to do, I don't mind helping nobody, but I would never help them to a point where it hindered them from being able to maintain their own, because you're going to know a user. And that was one thing that I told my mother as a little girl, that users don't get tired of using. You just got to get tired of being used. And at that point is when you have to regulate the boundary. Of course not. And what we don't understand is no matter how good your heart is, it's people out here just preying on people with good hearts. And it's not making them any better. If you're a person that's out here that's being about that work, you being around somebody that's just around you. I heard you say, sometimes, and it's a cold reality that I was your friend and you was never mine. You was around for the benefits that came along with me, and I was never in need, so I really didn't realize that you wasn't the friend that I was to you, to me, because I was never in need. I was always the one that was able to give. So the reality is when you recognize that you was a friend to them and they wasn't a friend to you, it's time to cut the water
off. It's tough.
Or
you was believing that they was family and they was using you because you was family.
Absolutely. And again, like I said, we're in a time now where the people that don't share the same blood have showed me family.
Right.
Versus the people that shared the same blood with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's a reality. And you just have to make sure that you're in a space where you're able to receive what it is that's being shown to you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, it ain't the people that's in love that's blinded. Well, it is the people that's in love that's blinded. Love not blind. You'll turn a blind eye because you think because this person loves you and you making all of these excuses. But at the end of the day, it don't help them. It hinders them. And in the long run, it's like, every man going to have to do what they need to do for themselves or they will perish. So the goal is not to, help them to enable them, is help them to help themselves.
Build them up.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and the thing is, I'll say this, because I help a lot of families, and in underserved communities, a lot of people say, well, why are you doing that? It's largely because of the children. When I see the kids,
absolutely.
A lot of times I have to override what I would think if it was just the grown-up acting a certain way. But when I see multiple ideas where there's youth, that sometimes I got to show the youth that there's somebody that love and care about them. And many times that's me trying to help and try to make sure that they understand that they can come to their community. They can come to somebody that can help them. And I think that many times if I had to look at the actual adult or the actual idea that was happening, I probably would be like, I ain't dealing with this.
Absolutely, you would. But again, when you're on a journey, you're able to see the bigger picture. Right. And like you stated, that little child who seen you come and help, especially in our community, where the stereotypes and black men not being there, or, a lot of times, even in my situations, a black woman, I've helped a lot of black men who felt like, in their lives, black women hadn't gave them that type of respect, that type of time, that type of empowerment, that type of, upliftment. But then I came along and that gave them, a positive check to put in their life about, a black woman, because we're all not the same. It's not a monolith. You know what I'm saying? So for you to be able to help that woman in her time of need, and that kid probably only seen bad things happen to his mama by somebody that looked like you, that one time of him seeing you help his mother could be the key that turns in his mind and in his heart that he becomes a man like the man that came and helped his mama.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a benefit too. I know a lot of things that I do it because also I have an only child. My daughter is an only child, and I do what I do for others because when I'm no longer here, I would hope that somebody would help my daughter if she was in need. So when you put good things out there, good things usually transform, for the better for you and the lineage that you're leaving behind. So.
Right. And like I said, it depends. Like, that's why I say this is why it's important to surround yourself with people that are trying to get things done, because I always tell people, your close circle, the people you talk to the most are going to dictate your future.
Absolutely.
So that's why you strengthen that circle. Yeah, you strengthen that circle.
Absolutely.
So when that do happens, you got the confidence that they're really trying to really do something, and that you can get behind that.
And then again, it goes back to what we've been talking about this whole 2020 Thrive, is the fact of that self-care. Because a lot of times I find, too, that a lot of us get trapped in these user type of relationships because we haven't self-checked ourselves. A lot of times we feel unworthy of true friendship. We get in these relationships and we settle for these so-called friends, who are frenemies, because that's how we feel less than. A lot of times the people that we choose to have in our lives, in our closest circle, usually mirror something that's broken within us. So until you go to healing yourself, you can't see that this person is just using you, because you're in a position where you feel like you need to be used. You know what I'm saying? So the auto check of healing yourself and being able to know that you deserve better because you're doing better, you no longer put up with, people, places, and things. And like I said, I think we all guilty at some point in every relationship where the biggest problem I've ever had was staying too long, not knowing when to go. You know what I'm saying? Not leaving when the sign was there to leave, you know. Loyal to a fault, you know, but the reality is as you start to love yourself, as you start to heal, as you start to see better things for yourself, you start to, you know, move certain people and things around because you can't heal in the same spaces and places that broke you. It's impossible.
Hey, look, when we come back, Elizabeth Brown, I want to get your final thoughts on the show today. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call That's All Gruber Cash Giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right. $5,000 giveaway. Every weekday on 1017 The Truth, you will have the chance to be entered to win the $5K giveaway. Listen to The Truth for the One Call That's All cue to call for your chance to win $5,000. Gruber Law Offices, One Call That's All. Visit 1017thetruth.com for official contest rules.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's 1017 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. There's lots of buzz surrounding the draft, but you won't find one seeping through Pella's windows and doors. In fact, you should make Pella your #1 pick because right now you can take advantage of no interest financing options or free glass upgrades as long as you order by April 30th. Make a statement by adding Pella's architectural interest inside and out with maximum design flexibility. Their talented designers and installers can match your unique home through dramatic sizes, custom colors, finishes, profiles, product types, and more. Along with durable and distinguished details, all Pella products stand the test of time, which is why they confidently offer the best wood warranty in the industry. Don't miss out on no-interest financing options or free glass upgrades at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Certain restrictions apply, and the deal ends April 30th, so place your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Seriously injured? Make one call. That's all.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. On the lines, advocate author Elizabeth Brown. Elizabeth, another powerful conversation today. Attorney B. Ivy Lamar is dealing with the situation at Rufus King with the teacher with the 4 counts. With the students.
He is. Salute to B. Ivy. Yes, salute. Because again, that's pivotal. The preying on our children has to stop. You know, and I'm grateful for B. Ivy Lamar. I'm grateful for those boys who stood up and, you know, said something, because a lot of times it goes unnoticed, especially when it's young men and it's older women. You know, that's a conversation that usually don't happen until they're grown. And I'm just proud of those young men who spoke up because it was wrong, and they have to have plenty therapy, because people feel like it don't affect their lives, but it does. because their innocence have been, violated. And in relationships as they get older, they're going to figure out, what that did to them mentally, physically, spiritually, sexually, and emotionally. It's a long road to recovery, but I'm glad that they spoke up and went against those stereotypes, because it's not all right.
Hey, like I said, salute to the team. Also, there was a missing girl yesterday, and I'll tell you this. And I try to tell people, as advocates, they think just because the radio show is over with, the saga continues.
Come on, it don't stop.
And it don't. It's around the clock. So we were able to get the mom and her daughter reunited, and on to the next. That was a lot. That was a lot going on. So, and I always tell people,
I bet it's always.
You got to make sure
for being who you are.
You got to make sure you tap in, because we deal with a lot of different situations. So, like I said, salute to everybody that shared the post. Salute to everybody that gave information, that actually probably told her, or saw her out and told her to get your butt home or get something done.
That part.
Because I think that now we're starting to come together in ways that people have never imagined, and people who are not on that frequency, y'all need to get on the frequency, because it's definitely a lot of people out here working to make sure that they do their part.
Or you don't even have to get on the frequency. If it ain't you, just get out the way.
I would
That's
take
all
that
I
too.
gotta say. Like,
well, if you was in the leadership, you
everybody
need to get out the way.
Everybody is not going to go, and again, we don't need everybody. We need the ones that's ready, willing, and ready to put in that work. We need that frontliners. And if you're not, all I would say is get out the way so we can do what it is that we need to do. But again, salute to everybody that's out here, boots on the ground, that did tell her to go home, because it takes a village. Mm-hmm. And we move it.
Facts.
I see great things coming. It's happening, King.
Hey, look, the Bucks.
Salute to you.
You think the Bucks down 0-2 right now?
Hey, yeah, we need some prayers. Put up some prayers for the Bucks too. You know what I'm saying? We need some prayers.
Oh, wow. Don't do that. Don't. We still got hope. We still got hope.
Hey. We need prayer. They need to put in the work, and we need to pray together. We'll do something. Hopefully.
Send up the energy. Send the energy the Bucks way, right?
Absolutely.
All right, Queen. I appreciate you for being on the front lines as usual. We got a lot of work to do.
Hey, salute, King. Let's get it.
All right, DJ Brother Z.
All right, Queen. All right, Tyler from Waterfall. Green don't always mean go. Let's get it.
Salute, King.
All right, we got the draft tomorrow. We gonna be talking draft tomorrow. We got the draft. Hey, I'm gonna be up there. I'm gonna be outside at the draft. Hey, look, I'm going to tell y'all right now, keep your head on the swivel, Truth Nation. Always keep your head on the swivel. Green don't always mean go. And look both ways before you cross the streets. I love you. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
Start jamming in the morning and get your daily drop of juice.
Juice gets you hydrated.